Hey babes, welcome to Precious Envy. Today we are going to be doing this cute little Coquette bear set. Okay, that was the goal, was for it to be like a cute little Coquette bear set, right? As my last fall/Thanksgiving nail design, but it's looking real baby shower-ish, or like baby-ish, you know what I mean? So I am going to gift it to my sister-in-law who is pregnant. I asked her if she wanted it after I painted this, like this hand, or this hand's set of nails, whatever, and she said she wanted it, so I'm definitely going to be gifting it to her. I did size it out to my fingers. I don't know what her size are. Whenever I made this, I sized it out to my fingers, so I went ahead and sized this hand out to my fingers also. That way, like, I don't know, that's just what I did. So yeah, this cute little Coquette bear set, I think it's perfect because it does look really cozy. Like, it's the perfect last fall nail design before I go into my winter sets/Christmas sets, because it is cute, it is cozy, it does give me like that warm fuzzy feeling. And even though it does look like very babyish and very much so like baby shower nails, you know, it's still very cozy. So yeah, thank you all for being here with me today. Let's just get into it. I hope you're all doing well. I already got my nail tips sized out. You've seen they're on my nail stand. I'm gonna keep this up here, the original set right there, that way I'll be able to look at it. And yeah, I don't know why, but I'm feeling really nervous. I definitely think it's my coffee, but it will be fine. So first things first, I'm gonna go in with this polish by Goy, and it is 1353. I'm also going to work really hard on staying in frame today. Okay, I know I said that last video, but we're gonna try again. I'm just going to be putting this on my thumb and on my ring finger. So in my last video, I was talking to y'all about a couple hundred things. A couple hundred. Okay, so I want to tell y'all all the decisions I made since then. So one of the things I was talking to y'all about is closing out my store, right? My press-on nail store, because I didn't know if I wanted to actually make press-ons for others besides my loved ones and myself. If you haven't seen that video, go watch it, go look it up. It's beginner friendly Thanksgiving nail design. It's definitely beginner friendly. So I was talking to y'all about closing out my store, right? And I told you how I didn't even pay for it yet. Like I said, if you haven't seen my last video, go watch it. That way you can get all the details, because I'm not going into all of it again. But I did decide I'm going to close out my store. I think it is just the best thing for me, and I don't think that having that store right now is necessarily in alignment with where my goals are, or what my goals are. And I hate that, you know, I jumped into it and saying, oh no, I'm not gonna do it. Like, that's embarrassing, but it is what it is. Going in with F103 from this Beetles sample polish. And I'm putting this on my pointer and my pinky. So yeah, I decided I'm going to close out my store. That is update number 1. Update number 2 is I decided about my 25 days of Christmas, if I'm going to do it or if I'm not. And I'm not. Not because I don't want to, like, I do want to. You know what I mean? Like, I think it would be fun. I think it would be challenging. I also think that it would, you know, bring more subscribers to my channel, which is the goal, right? However, I don't think that I would be capable of executing it properly, and I don't want to give y'all bad content. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to feel rushed. I don't want to feel pressured. I do this, like, I paint these nails because I enjoy painting them. I enjoy the therapeuticness. I don't even know if that's a word, but I'm sure y'all know what I'm saying. I enjoy, you know, the therapeuticness of painting my nails and enjoying my time doing them. And I don't want to feel like I have to, you know what I mean? Like, I have to do this. I have to do this to get views. I have to do this to reach my goal, or blah, 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 blah. Like, I don't want that feeling. And like I said, I don't want to provide rushed or bad content to y'all. Like, that defeats the purpose of me even creating content. So yeah, I'm not going to be doing 25 days of Christmas. I am closing my store, and I'm just pulling these sheer pink nails out the dryer, out the lamp. And as for my hair, remember last video I told y'all that I sprayed bleach in my natural hair and was literally praying and crying to God, like, please don't let me ever ruin my natural hair. Well, I washed it this Sunday and my hair was not dead. So yeah, that's great because I was really nervous. But I also kind of had a feeling it wasn't going to be dead since, you know, I washed it right after I sprayed that bleach in it. It's still thriving. And that makes me super happy. I cut my hair off, like, what? A year ago? Maybe a year and a half, 2 years ago now? I don't exactly know when. But I cut it off really, 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 really short. Like, my whole head was, like, maybe an inch long. And now I'm trying to grow it back out. Maybe one day I'll, like, show y'all my face. But, yeah, I didn't kill it with the bleach, which makes me happy. Going back in with that second layer of this pretty brown color. Yeah, but I feel like that's really all I need to catch y'all up on. I made my decisions. No 25 days of Christmas. Yes, closing my store. My hair is not dead. I don't know. How are y'all? How have y'all been doing? What's going on in y'all's life? I think it'd be really cool if, like, y'all, like, sent me emails or commented telling me stories about y'all's life so I can, like, read them, like, life lessons y'all have learned and stuff. Like, I really want to do, like, AITA, you know? Like, where y'all email me and I read those and I, like, answer, are you or aren't you? Not that my opinion matters on your life. Do what makes you happy. But I just think it'd be a really fun thing. You know what I mean? Again, I don't consider my videos tutorials, okay? So if you're watching this to learn exactly how to do something, there are people better equipped to teach y'all than me. I'm just doing this for fun and sharing it with y'all and talking about my life. And while that cures, I'm gonna go ahead and mix up the color for this nail. So let me get my little mixing plate. I just used that brown color that I used on my pointer and pinky, and I'm going in with Goy. I feel like that's how you say it, but I definitely could be wrong. G-A-O-Y 2027. It's a white. And I'm just going to plop it right there in the middle. I'm also, because I'm going to need it, I'm going to go ahead and put a dollop of white on my mixing plate. Go ahead and get all my colors out, I guess. I'm going to need just some of this. Not a lot of that, just a little bit. What other color will I need? I'll need this pink color. This pink is from Beetles. It's a sample color also. It's C918. And I think that's all the colors I actually need out. And I literally only need, like, the tiniest bit of that. But I will need more white now that I'm thinking about it. Well, maybe I won't. We'll leave it right there. I'm going to take a dotting tool, and I'm going to use, like, the smallest end. And I'm just going to mix this all up. The white and the brown up to create a pretty light brown color. I'm a little nervous that it's not going to end up this same brown color because I did this, like, the practice nail 2 days ago. It looks about the same, so it'll be fine. If it was my hand, you know, if I was going to wear these, I wouldn't really care. But like I said, I'm gifting this to my sister-in-law, so I do care. All right, I'm taking a tissue. I'm just going to wipe off this dotting tool. Okay, let's get it. Ooh, I'm excited. I love nail art. I'm moving my mixing plate off to the side, pulling the nails back. Let me get all these out the lamp because they definitely should be cured by now. Let's get it. I'm going to turn these around. So, first things first, I'm going to take this flat brush and I'm going to paint that light brown mixed color that I just did. I'm just going to pick some of it up on this brush and then paint it onto this nail. So I'm mixing it a little bit more because I feel like there's brown still at the bottom of it. Now I have so much brown on this brush. Like, I literally just loaded my brush up with this. It'll be fine though. Curing that for 60 seconds. I'm gonna set this brush. You know what I need? I need one of those brush stands so I can put my brush down without it rolling around everywhere. But I don't have it. So what I've been doing is putting it in between, like, a fingernail polish bottle. That way it just doesn't roll off. I'm going to take a, I'm gonna say medium-sized liner brush. This one's from Beetles. And I'm going to dip into my chocolate brown color over here. And I'm literally just going to draw I don't want to say halfway down the nail. Let me zoom in. Hopefully I'm in frame. I can't really see, my light's glaring. I don't want to say halfway down the nail, but about halfway. And I'm just going to draw a line across this nail. And it does not have to be perfect because I will be covering it up with white later, but I need to have a stopping point, essentially. Putting that liner brush down, grabbing the actual polish so I can fill in that tip. Also, in my last video, I told y'all about how I got 25 subscribers. Now I'm at 27, so that means 2 since the last video I posted. And that makes me really happy. Who knows how many I'll have by the time this video actually goes up. If y'all don't know, I record my videos like a week before y'all see them. So like I record on Wednesday, my videos go up that following Tuesday. I'm gonna stick that in the lamp to cure, taking out my little finger. But before I actually do the second coat on that, I am going to do that brown color again. But I film it like a week before y'all actually see it. So whenever I filmed that last video, right, which was last Wednesday, I had 25 subscribers. Ooh, I want to pull this down a little bit. And now if I'm filming this, I have 27. So we're getting there slowly but steadily, and that makes me happy. Slow and steady wins the race. I want to create something with longevity. I don't want to just create something that doesn't have a solid foundation. That line is crooked. Well, it's not crooked, it's just diagonal. Oh, I forgot I'll need black. I didn't put black out on my mixing plate, but it'll be fine. I'll get there later. Filling in the tip. Curing that for 60 seconds. I'm going to go ahead and pick back up that light brown color on this brush. Putting that in to dry. Alright, taking out my 2 tip nails. And I'm going to do the second coat on them. Remember in my last video whenever I said I had a nail set already planned out in my head? This was a nail set. Again, I wanted it to be like Coquette themed. It is giving Coquette, but like I said, it didn't necessarily come out the way I wanted it to, because I wanted it to look more or less. I wanted it to look less baby shower-ish, but it did end up looking that way. So groovy. But I also think it's like the perfect like last fall shade because it almost looks Christmassy too. Like it low-key gives gingerbread vibes. Like I don't know why, but especially since I did like the matte top coat, it's giving warm. You know what I mean? Like it feels cozy. These nails are done. Literally, these 2 are done. It's just the nail art nails. So now I'm about to go ahead and start the teddy bear nail. And this one is probably the most tedious because I did hand draw the polka dots or hand paint. I'm just getting a napkin. I did go buy more acetone. I just got a tiny bottle of it though because I'm the only one who uses it. So I don't need a lot. I'm going to put some acetone on a tissue and wipe off that tacky layer that's on it because I'm going to matte it out using a very light hand so I don't actually take off the polish. Taking a matte top coat. This one is from Beetles. It came in that sample box I got. And I'm just going to matte out the nails. I love the way matte nails feel. This polish self-levels so good. I mean, not that I have anything to compare it to, but I could see the like brush strokes and now I can't. Alright, I'm curing that for 60 seconds. I could go ahead and start my little tip nails. I'm taking a liner brush. This is a long one. It's my second longest one. It's not actually the longest one I own. It's some Beetles. And I dipped it, well, I swirled it in that light brown color I mixed up. And I'm just going to create 2 lines down the side of my thumbnail. That's actually too close in, so I need to wipe that off. Boom. Putting that in there to cure. And getting my second tip nail and doing the same thing. I don't know why, but this nail also gives like the vibes of, I don't know, like one of those old-timey bear outfits. I don't know, maybe I'm revealing my age because I don't know if they still do it. But you remember whenever you'd like buy a bear or you'd get a bear, gifted a bear, and it would have on like little overalls or little suspender outfits? Like this low-key gives that. Like I can see this bear on this nail. This could be like his little outfit. Okay. All right, putting that in there to cure. Going in for the tedious part. I love this part though. It's tedious, but I love it. All right, I'm taking Remember that dotting tool I used earlier to, my nail brushes are just sliding around. I really need one of those stands. Okay, remember that dotting tool I used earlier to mix up the brown shade? The itty bitty one? That is what I'm going to use to create the dots on this, that the bear's background. That line is so wonky. Y'all see how it goes? Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and cure this. I'm taking another dotting tool. This one, I'm gonna be using this bigger end of it. And I'm just going to dip it in that light brown color and do 2 little dots to create a heart. I'm gonna go ahead and do the 2 dots on my thumb since I have the dotting tool in my hand. Taking that same liner brush I used to draw the lines down the sides of it, I'm just going to create 2 V shapes. So what I found is that it's easier for me, I'll say that. It's easier for me when I'm creating my hearts if I draw where I want my heart to stop at, or at least do a little dot, right? Like just the tiniest little dot. That way I know where I want my heart to go to. I'm going to go in with another liner brush that's smaller. It's like the second smallest one I own. I'm just going to pick up some of that brown polish and fill it in. And then I'm going to make it even. I'm going to correct it. Now you have a little heart. All right, I'm going to put that in there to cure. I'm just using that same small brush to draw my lines of my heart on this one because I don't feel like picking up the long one. Doing a little dot at the base. And then using a very light hand, I'm drawing a line down from the sides of my dot. And then filling this in. Picking up a little bit more of that brown, that light brown color, and just trying to make my heart cuter. Groovy. All right, curing that too. Now I'm going to take my bear background and go ahead and start doing dots on the other side. And if you're curious why I didn't do the bear first and then did the dots around it, it's because I literally wanted the bear to look like it was sitting on top of the background. Curing the rest of that. Taking my 2 like tip nails, getting that same little liner brush and picking up some more of the light brown color. I'm just going to doing for little dashes. So taking my dotting tool, picking up some of that brown polish, light brown polish I should say, and doing 2 dots on the bottom, kind of off to the side, like that. All right, I'm gonna cure this. Now taking that liner brush again, picking up some more of that light brown color, and just doing the same little dashes on my thumb. All right, so I got my polka dots done. Now I'm going to take my buffing block, this one's from Beetles, and I'm literally going to buff the surface of this. I'm not trying to remove any polish, I just want to matte it out again. But I don't want to add another layer of matte because I don't want the nail to be too thick. All right, taking a tissue that has acetone on it, I'm just going to wipe off that dust. All right, taking the dark brown chocolatey color, let me zoom in. I don't know, taking the color I used on on this nail, right, that Beetles F103 color. I'm dipping my liner brush in it and I'm going to be drawing like a little plus, except the sides need to be longer than the lines that go side to side. Horizontal need to be longer than the lines that go vertical. That way you'll be drawing like an oval in the end. And then I'm going to go from one end of the dot lines and just draw a little arch to connect it to the top. And I'm doing this all the way around. You're gonna end up like with a weird football shape. Maybe this is more of a tutorial today than just me yapping. But I don't really have nothing to talk about because I just don't. Like, I guess I could talk to you about like life lessons or things I've been thinking about right now, like lately. Like, for example, life is short, so do the damn thing. Also about, you know, my issues with, I don't know, giving up on myself or not giving myself a chance. My staying power is a better way to do it. That is too small. Let me get my other little bear out. But I was talking in 2 videos ago, or maybe 3 at this point, I don't know, about how, you know, I have no problem starting something. My problem is continuing something. And that if it doesn't blow up right away, I feel like maybe it isn't worth it, or maybe I'm not good enough, or you know, whatever. And so I always quit. You know, like, obviously I'm still learning that lesson. Like, it's not something that I'm just going to learn overnight. It's going to take some time. So I'm trying to celebrate my little wins. I drew this bear up too high. It will be fine, though. It does not have to be perfect. Putting that in there to cure and taking out my little tip nails. I'm going to take this liner brush. It's not the same one I just used. This is the one I just used. This is like a size up, right? Y'all see it? Okay. And I'm going to swirl this in white. And I'm literally just going to draw a line across that tip. Okay, it's giving gingerbread. Okay, cool. I'm going to cure that white line. Going in again with the white and doing another line across the top. Okay, curing that line also. Back to the bear, taking the liner brush, dipping it back in this pretty brown color. And just, oh, I need to go ahead and draw the ears. For the ears, I'm just doing 2 little, like, loops. All right, now I'm filling this in for a second coat. All right, I'm gonna cure that. I might have to do a 3rd coat on Mr. Bear there. Okay, back in with the white and the other liner brush. I forgot what I was saying. I think I was talking about how, you know, I am working on my staying power and keep, you know, doing stuff. But that's really the life lesson I've been learning. You know, like, that's something that I'm going through, you know, is to keep the faith, keep going, not give up. Okay, so for this, I wanted it to look like lace. So I'm literally just going to draw, excuse me, I'm literally just going to draw little, you know, doop, 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 doop things. But I don't know, it's not a but. You could do that easier with a dotting tool, but the reason why I didn't use a dotting tool is because I want to be able to see the background of this underneath. You see how you can see the brown and you can see the pink. Now, I could use a dotting tool and do like little white dots, you know, and then it'd be like a different type of lace, but I didn't want that. So keep that in mind. If you try to do this set, you could use a dotting tool and make little dots, but I'm not doing that. I'm doing it the hard way. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and cure that because I'd hate to mess it up trying to do the bottom piece. I'm gonna do a 3rd coat of my bear because I just feel like, I know I can, and I'm sure y'all can too. Can y'all still see the polka dots through it? Because I can, and because of that, it needs a 3rd coat. Going back in with my white now and finishing up this lace on, I don't know, the little teddy bear's outfit. Yeah, it's giving lacy detail. Jesus Christ. Guys, I feel like I'm dying. Do y'all know how hard it is to do? Like, I should have matted this nail out. I don't know. I don't understand why people be buffing nails or matting nails. The reason why I matted the bear nail is because I knew I was doing a lot of little dots, and I just felt like it'd be easier to do it on a matte nail. But I have seen that, like, people mat out their nails or buff out their nails before they do nail art, period. So maybe I should just start doing that, because I will say it was easier to draw my dots on the matte nail than it is on this shiny nail, and I wonder why that is. And then as for buffing out my dots right before I did the bear on top, it was simply because I didn't want to have such a bumpy, you know, plane to be painting on. You know what I'm saying? So I removed the shine and also some of like the bumpiness. But I also seen people who do that as well. Like, they'll buff out the nail before they do their nail art. And I don't necessarily understand it. Like, I'm not a nail tech. I didn't go to school for this. Like, I don't know nothing. I'm just a girl who enjoys it. You know what I mean? But maybe I should look into that. Like, maybe I should learn why and then see if it's something I should apply to myself. Boom. Cute or no? It's cute. Time for the bear face. I'm going to take a small tiny brush that picks up a lot of product and just take some of this product off this brush because I really don't want to mix up more of this light brown color. And I'm going to, do 2 like little dots inside the bear's ear, right, to make it look like the inside of his ear. And then I'm going to draw a little oval on the bottom of his face for his snout. Do bears have a snout? A snout. It's a snout. Is it a snout? I don't know. What's the word I'm looking for, guys? Sometimes I feel goofy, like I feel stupid. But I know I'm not. Like, that's just how I feel. Like, but what's the word I need? Whatever. Anyways, bear has a little, it has a snoot, okay? That's what I'm gonna call it, a little snoot. So I need to paint that on there. And that's what I'm using this light brown color for right now. It's looking very much like a pig. It's not a pig, guys. Just give it a minute. It will be a bear in a minute. Okay, I'm gonna cure that. All right, these nails are essentially done besides the matte top coat. Yeah. Okay. All right, guys. We're almost done. Do I get tired of hearing my voice? My goal, like what I want to do beyond going live, is being able to, this is done curing, so I'm going to go in with a dotting tool and this, okay, remember this dotting tool I used, the big dotting tool for the hearts and the little button things right here? I'm going to take the other end of this little small end of it. Okay, so beyond being able to go live, I want people to like turn my video on in the background while they're just doing basic everyday task. You know what I mean? I think that would be so cool and so fun. Anyways, taking that black, doing 2 little dots for the eyes. 1 eye. 2 eyes. Oh, his eyes look a little crooked. I'll be fine. He'll just look a little derpy. And I'm also going to do, I'm going to take a very light hand. I'm literally not going to touch this all the way down to the nail. I'm going to do, oh God, I'm holding my breath. Okay. 1 little dot. Sorry, my husband called. So I did, like I said, I didn't even press down all the way. I did a little dot. Again, it's looking real piggish. Just trust the process, okay? And then I'm going to do another little dot right beside that. Like that, okay? Okay, I'm not going to use that little, I'm not going to use the tiniest liner brush. I'm going to go up a size. And I'm going to just dip the tip of that in black and drag it out like this. Look. You'll see how I drag it out, creating like a little tail. I only dip the tip in. The reason why I'm doing this is so I can get a lot of product off, because I want to be able to have a thin line, right? And now I'm just going to connect these. Connect those 2 little dots we did for the nose. I can't see because my light's glaring. Ah! Okay, it'll be fine. It will come out cute even if I'm blind. This bear got a big nose. Where's my cleanup brush? All right, I'm gonna take a little flat brush, dip it in my acetone, dab most of the acetone off onto a napkin, and literally just try to wipe away some of this black polish without wiping away my eyes. Or the whole nose for that matter. This is why you cure in between steps, because right now I'm trying to clean up, right? And because my eyes are not cured, I have to be, I just wiped off my whole nose. I have to be mindful and try not to mess up my eyes too. But I might as well just wipe the whole thing clean. Because what? Okay, I'm just dipping my paper towel in there and I'm just gonna, we're just gonna start over. That was horrendous. Taking my dotting tool on the smaller end and redoing the eyes. Boom. The eyes look more even now too. I'm not even going to use my dotting tool to do the 2 dots. I'm literally just going to use my liner brush. Again, barely just putting it on the tip of my nail and dragging it out so I don't have too much product. And I'm just going to draw a little line. And then I'm going to thicken it up. See, that looks cute. Okay, I'm going to cure that. All right. Now I'm taking the tiny liner brush. And remember that pink shade I put out earlier, the C918 color from Beetles? I'm just going to pick some up on my tiny, tiny liner brush and give Mr. Teddy here some blush. Okay, curing that. Okay, we're going to tap. We're going to top coat them matte. Then I'm going to file and then place them in a package for my sister-in-law. Guys, we're almost done. So I'm gonna just speed through this until the filing process. Okay, here's the finished product. So we're not gonna get like the tapping ASMR we usually get. We will get filing ASMR, but then I'm gonna package these up. So let's file, and then I'm gonna put them in the packaging, and yeah. All right, taking my file. Maybe I'll get my other one. Yeah, I'm gonna use my other one that's not as dirty. I like to take the nails off the nail stand to file. I'm gonna wipe all these down, get all this dust off of them one by one, and place them into the package. Here is a finished product. Honestly, I love them. Like, I really do. I will say that my second bear looks a little more derpy compared to my first bear, but that's fine, okay? Like, oh my god, they're so cute. I hope she loves them. I might film, you know, her reaction to getting them, maybe. But they're extremely cute. Like, I'm low-key sad I decided to give them away because I would wear them. But they are definitely giving a baby shower. You know what I mean? So she deserves them. Yeah. Alright, let me go to the low light and I'll be back. Here's the low light. Not that I think it makes too much of a difference considering it's not glossy. It doesn't have any rhinestones. But yeah, extremely cute. Extremely cute.
Here's a little box that I got. For when I thought I was going to do press-ons for Libby. Cute as all get out.